Reviewing for Random Albums, Part 5. Night Visions by Imagine Dragons. While this album is very accessible and popular, Night Visions is not bad by any means, but also not my type of music at all. But I do find nostalgic some of the songs that are in this album, such as Radioactive, which is, by the way, my favorite song from this album. There's also Demons, which I can't help but laugh when it says the line, "This is my kingdom come," because of all of those stupid memes. Other than that, I guess there's Amsterdam, Bleeding Out. Yeah, Bleeding Out is really good. In Tokyo, those were the songs that I enjoyed, other than those other ones. In the end, this is still accessible for me, and it is such a boomer that a great song like Radioactive is only 3 minutes long. It is just too short, too damn short, and I would have loved for it to be at least 5 minutes long, but well, that's that. In the Twilight Grey by Necrophobic. So yeah, we just talked about pop rock, let's now talk about black and death metal, why not? New release by a band I've ranked in the past already, but differently from those albums, this one actually sounds good, it does. Maybe it's because it's been too long since I listened to any black and death metal and this sounds fresh, you could say, but I still consider Dark Side Necrophobic's best album. First of all, the artwork looks good. I hope they would make another red colored artwork with a castle in hell, but they went a different direction and that's fine. Talking now about the songs on this album, they were really fun and aggressive and I enjoyed them. My favorite songs were The Grace of the Past, Clavis Inferni, As Stars Collide, and Stormcrow most of all. My two favorite songs from this release. Also Cast in Stone, Northern Wind, and the closing track Ascension, which ends the album really well, and I like it very much. This release has been surprisingly very good, and I would recommend you to listen to Necrophobic's next. It's been hard to speak today. Necrophobic's last 3 releases, they've been releasing some good material, and well, I highly recommend it. Serotonin II by Yeule, or Yeule. Yeule. I think without the Y it would be Yeule, so it's Yeule? Yeule. I have no idea. Well, whatever. Well, back when I was listening to a bunch of psychedelic pop and rock and was first starting to listen to albums, I used to spend a lot of time with MGMT and Yeule. Poison Arrow, Eva, Pixel Affection, Pokeboy, Pretty Bones, and An Angel Held Me Like a Child are the best songs in this album. Each one of these are very unique, but they all keep the same psychedelic pop feeling, and those are the most accessible songs. Other ones that I like but are not so accessible are Nuclear War Post 4 and Veil of Darkness. Quite like those two. Nowadays, this is not what I like anymore. It still is a good album, and if you're into this type of music, that's great. Not for me anymore though. So that's why I want to talk about her other 2 albums, including that one with that 6-hour long song, whatever, I don't really care, I didn't enjoy that much. Game Over by Nuclear Assault. Thrash metal and speed metal is not really my type of metal, but I really enjoyed this album, surprisingly. It is quite a good release. Just look at the sick cover, this nuclear explosion melting down everyone, just like how the sick music will melt your brains. Literally every song in this release is good. Live, Suffer, Die, Sin, Cold Steel, Betrayal are really good songs. Radiation Sickness is one of the best songs just as After the Holocaust is. Stranded in Hell and Nuclear War are also good songs. For some reason, I love the song Mr. Softy Team. It is so out of place, and I find it really funny to have Ice Cream being shouted out in a metal album. So yeah, I like that song. This release closes with My America, Vengeance, and Brain Death. In the end, the songs are really short, but they are very fast and aggressive, and I surprisingly ended up enjoying this album a whole lot. If you want to listen to some great speedy thrash metal, listen to this release. I highly recommend it. So, part 5 is done. We have 2 more parts to go, and I need a bottle of water, mate. What you doing, bloody mate? I need a bottle of water. That's an awful attempt at an English accent, but whatever. Well, that's the video. I'm not British at all, and I'm not even American, but let's try to make a British accent, mate. That went a little bit Texan, I think. Whatever, let's end the video before I make people enraged at my awful accent attempts.